I love it.
Swim probably got to come a little closer. No, you good?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-huh. Tune in. Yes, sir. This is gonna be a good one tonight, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Cypha Podcast Show. I'm your host, Jay Swin, man, aka the Big Homie. Sitting next to me is the legendary, the famous, the world-renowned Lord Grandz, aka Glocko. Glocko, holla at him real quick, man,
Boom, boom,
before we
boom,
get
boom,
this
boom, boom,
started.
boom.
Ah,
OG Glocko, Pop Popolari, used to play Atari, born to push Ferraris. Now I'm on Safari, right here in the podcast. No one understands, speaking something that will last. I give you information that you would need, pulling up with moves and sexual speed. No one understand. I'm not going to say too much. I'm just open up. So just stay tuned and keep in touch. Let's go.
Glocko Popolari, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's how we set it off, man. First of all, I want to shout out to Glocko, man, because he's been in the game trailblazing, though. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? For many a years, you know what I'm saying? So if you ain't tuned in to no other podcast episode, man, this is something that you're going to need. It's going to be a lot of jewels here.
you better
So,
say it.
Glocko,
You better
man,
say
first
it.
of all, welcome to the podcast. You know
Thank
what
you
I'm
very
saying?
much. Thank you for having me. You know
Al-
what I'm saying?
Always a pleasure.
Coming from the foundation of hip hop itself.
You understand me? The basement here, Cypher.
You better
Cypher
say it.
Studio, you know what I'm saying? The
I've been
legendary.
waiting on my turn.
So, Glocko, I got a question for you, man.
What's that? What's
How
that?
long have you been rapping, brother?
Man, shoot.
Impacting the culture, I should say. How long?
19, well, before the rapping, it was DJ, you know what I'm saying? That was back in 88, no, shit, back in 79 for real.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The DJ in 79. And then like 1980, 81 came to breakdancing, you know what I'm saying? And then I wasn't really too good, but I just had that sexual appeal. So when I get out there and do my little moves, the ladies just go crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, like about 82, then came the rhyming, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Queens, Far Rock, Hamels Projects, and I used to go uptown to the Bronx, take my little tape recorder and take, you know what I'm saying, the flows and the records that's being played because the Bronx is where the hip hop was born. So,
Flat
you know
out.
what I'm saying? I used to go up there and just study, do my homework. And then I come back to Queens to Far Rock, and I was like, flavor out there, that I heard out there, but in my own way, with my own rhymes and my own style, my own moves and my own. I ain't gonna front. For the DJ, I learned a lot from DJ Flash, Grandmaster Flash, Baron and Breakout, how to mix with flair. It's one thing to mix, but mixing with flair to keep the audience attention, because before people was rhyming on the mic, it was DJing. So the DJs had to keep your attention. So when we do the crossfade, like pow, pow, and all type of back spinning and pow, spinning around and all that. So
Absolutely.
I was with all that. But then when the rhyming came, that's when I really got interested. And we had a crew called the A Team in Far Rock, and we was like the Cold Crush Four of Far Rock, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to Lord Imperial, my man Everlasting G, rest in peace. Cool PJ, DJ Willie Flood, DJ Bomb, yeah. So that was the foundation of my hip hop experience.
So being from the Mecca, which is New York, you really came up in the entertainment era to where it was important to entertain as well as be a lyricist as well as be able to perform, correct?
Exactly, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I took a lot, like I say, like y'all might remember the Force MDs, but before they was the Force MDs, they was the Force MCs. And the Cold Crush 4 was like the number one, between Grandmaster Cash and Kumo D and the Fantastic Five and all of them. I think the Cold Crush Floor, had the most rhymes and most flair. You know, Melly Mel and all them, they was nice too, but the Cold Crush was more fluent with the flows like MCs. I consider Melly Mel a rapper because it's a difference between MCing and rapping.
Uh-huh.
I like Melly Mel was like the first rapper, you know what I'm saying? But Cass and them and the Fantastic Five and the Furious Five and not the Furious, the Funky Four plus one more. Shout out, shout out. Those are MCs, and I learned from them. And with that, with their rhyming, they have routines, dance routines, steps, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was definitely about entertaining because we wanted to make the girls scream. So we had to do moves and stuff to make them scream.
So I know you got your hands into a lot of things, which we're gonna get into here in a few minutes. But my question to you would be, man, is where's the motivation coming from, or where's the drive coming from that just keeps you going after so many years? You know what I'm saying? What is it that really makes Grandz tick? You know what I'm saying? What
Man,
makes you go?
the love of hip hop itself. You know what I'm saying? The love
Uh-huh.
of rhyming, the love of being on stage, the love of having that magnetic power, being attractive. You know what I'm saying? And just being in that spotlight. You know, and wordplay and the music. It's beats that still move me when certain beats come on, even though it's other MCs. The beat move me and make me pick up my pen and I get to writing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just the love of hip hop itself that keeps me going.
So, and that's a beautiful thing, man, because as an artist, I agree. You know what I mean? Just being able to entertain a crowd and move a crowd and control that room with something that you create is a feeling like no other.
That part.
So my next question would be for you, man, is coming from the streets, how do you incorporate that into your music?
Well, you know, most of 90% of things I rhyme about is actual facts, you know, because my life is
Mhm.
a movie, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I'm just growing up in the streets, you know. I know what it's like to be. You know, I was homeless early, you know what I'm saying? My mom's kicked me out like 13, you know. I got into it with my stepdad and he was like, "Yo, either he leave or I leave." And my mom's was like, "Well, I ain't gonna put my son out, but I'll go with you." I go, "Oh shit, what the hell is this?"
Right.
So, you know, I was solo dolo for a minute. You know how that go. I'm at the crib by myself, chilling. It was party hardy for a minute. Then the lights went out. You know what I'm saying? And like, uh-oh, you know, so now we rocking the candles. We still getting it in. We had battery powered boxes. We still popping. And then, you know what I'm saying, after a couple of months, the landlord was like, "Yo, you can't stay here no more." So I was out of doors. So, you know, I was out on the street for like about almost a year because I got kicked out like right when spring hit. So, you know, it was cool to be homeless, you know what I'm saying, when in the summertime, you know, like say you my man's and shit, you know, I'm out of doors all night. You might let me come to the crib, let me take a shower, get something to eat, you know what I'm saying? I sit in that comfortable chair and I fall asleep till like 4:30. Then you be like, yo, Grandz, you gotta go. My
Gotta
mom's get
slide,
off at
right.
5, you know what I'm saying? But I got
Absolutely.
that little comfortable sleeping in that chair. So I'm ready to
Yeah.
energy. I'm ready. I'm doing the rest of the night. It was nothing to break day, you know what I'm saying? Hang out all night. And then sometimes, you know, if it was raining or something and I couldn't, you know, go to nobody's spot, I get on the train and lay the hell down like the rest of the bones, you know what I'm saying? And no relief came till my brother Butchie came and he came with the bag.
Okay.
And
Okay. I was just
you
getting
know
ready
what
to
I'm saying?
ask
And
you.
he came with the bag and you know, I started
Yeah.
working in the
Yeah,
spot,
yeah, yeah.
but my family had already sick children's services on me.
Ooh.
So I got swooped up and went to the group home about from 16 to 18.
So you mean to tell me you experienced that early in life and still become the man that you are today?
Yeah, that part, you know what I'm saying? I already
Man.
got that out the way. That's why I don't look down on nobody, man. I keep it humble. You know what I'm saying? As I ride by Catholic charities, even though I'm in a Mercedes Benz or whatever, you know, I got a rental car addiction. So it's something flying foreign. I always, you know, just remain humble because I know that could be me standing in front of Catholic charities. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where I come from.
So what is like the turning point from coming from, the group homes, coming from the streets, getting into your music career? What's the turning point that really broke you that said, you know what, I really need to pursue this because it's something there?
Well, you know, in the group home, you know, myself up, got myself together, went and attacked, you know, the school system because I got knowledge of self, you know, and when I got knowledge of self, you know, I could change my life around. I wasn't running around like a hoodlum. I was, you know, running around like a young righteous brother. You know, I was going to school, and
Hmm.
long story short, wound up making some money and buying me a turntable, and another brother in the group home got a turntable, and we had a mixer, and we had turntables and mixer in the group home. So we was mixing. Wasn't really rhyming yet, but we was mixing, and you know, being a DJ and brothers was breakdancing, and we was getting that on. You know what I'm saying? But I never lost my love for the music because I think I loved that from a child. You know what I'm saying? My mom's playing Earth, Wind and Fire, James Brown,
Yeah.
all that in the crib, you know what I'm saying? So it never left me, you know, when I got to the group home, it got, like I said, when I was, even though I was on my way getting kicked out the crib, we was partying in the crib. We had the big jukebox and
Uh-huh.
the boom box and, you know what I'm saying? We was kicking it, you know, 40 ounces of old gold and all that, you know what I'm saying? And once I got to the group home, I cleaned myself up a bit, got knowledge of self, but we still had the music was still the foundation of my life. You know, we had the turntables and stuff, so we was messing with that all the way till I got up out of there.
So I know you just mentioned a couple times, man, is that it factor, being
Hmm.
magnetic. Is that something that you feel like we're missing today in hip hop?
Well, you know, a lot of cats is missing it. That's why you see them make songs and then disappear. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Because they
Mm-hmm.
don't have that magnetic the way is that they, there's some cats that still jamming off the song they made back in the '80s. You know what I'm saying? Like the music don't, it's always a audience for the music. You just gotta have that magnetic where people want to still listen to you. And so if Craig Mack was alive, they'll still be jamming to his shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when they throw it on in New York, parties still go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's important to have that it factor. Like I can name a few that got it, like Wayne, Drake, Jay-Z. Um, then either the new squad, cats like Offset, the Migos as a whole, but out of all of them, it was Offset. You know what I'm saying? That had the magnetic. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? That got it right now. That's why was able to knock Cardi B, and he was smart because he added on to his magnetic attraction by knocking the hottest, one of the hottest female rappers. You know what I'm saying? And they can say what they want about Cardi. Cardi was, had that magnetic attraction. She built it on her own.
So actually going into that, you know what I'm saying? Um, would you agree that this business is 90% business, 10% talent?
Um,
Or do you think it's a little
well,
different? Is the ratio a little less or a little higher?
well, there wouldn't be no business without no talent because they got to be able to sell you to make money. You know what I'm saying? So the talent got
Mm-hmm.
to come first. It's just the business is so shady. Like after putting in so much work on your own and rhyming for your friends and in your neighborhood, when somebody tell you they're gonna give you $100,000, people get excited. You know what I'm saying? They're ready to sign, 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 so they can get that money, so they can shine, shine, shine.
Right.
But really don't be paying attention to what they signing. And a lot of times they sign away they publishing and sign away their rights to the music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And or get caught up in 360 deals, and that's good for somebody young. But an older person who's been around and seen the game, like, nah, I keep some deals coming through, but they young boy deals. Ain't nothing for me. I got grandkids, so the business side is still shady because the record companies is really fading out because of things like this. Podcasts is the phone. The phone made it hard for the record company to get money.
Right.
People can get out there and promote themselves. People can just put the phone on record and start rhyming, you know what I'm saying? And form an audience. The bigger your audience, the bigger your bag.
Flat out.
But still, even though they do that, they don't really pay attention to the true knowledge of the business, and they wind up getting themselves in contracts. They just give you a bigger bag up front, but you still got to pay that money back twice. And then, mostly, they don't read the fine print where they say, they keeping your publishing,
Right.
keeping your masters and stuff like that. So the business is shady, but it's getting faded out because the phones has taken over and made stars overnight.
Man, and you know what? Not only that, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of stars overnight, man, one thing that I want to mention because I know this man sitting right next to me, you know, man, has done this consistently just the same way as I have, is branding. Talk to him let the audience know how important it is to brand yourself. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And expand yourself, you know, based off your branding.
Well, you know what I'm saying? First thing you got to do is have control of your name. See, that's the first thing these companies want to do. You get a hot name, you get a hot buzz, they want to be in control of your name, which means
Uh huh.
that you can't go do a song with Screech or Swin because you got to get their permission because they got your namesake. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to branding and merchandising, having clothing, everything with your name on it, cups, pens, whatever, flyers, whatever, that's the branding part. The merch, they want to be in control of that too. So the branding is really a big part because it's more than just the music. It's your appearance, it's your branding, it's your merchandise. It's a lot
Hmm.
of, and it's those are the tools and the keys to really make some money in this game.
So you're telling me multiple strings of income.
Oh yes,
That's what's
definitely,
important.
definitely, and all centered around the music.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Because you got to look in the mirror and recognize yourself as the product.
right,
Once you recognize yourself as the product, see that's why these rappers be talking all that. But if you ain't eating out the mirror, I don't know what the hell you doing. You know what
hmm
I'm saying? Like I don't know what you're doing. If you can't get no money out the mirror just on the strength of you, you know what I'm saying? You need to step your game up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what keep me going because I'm still eating. I'm still getting booked for shows on the strength of me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't signed nothing, so everything is really me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't getting no crazy money, but you know what I'm saying? I'm 2,500 is good for me. 3,000 is good for me. Fly me out to such and such a place, you know what I'm saying? Put a couple of bands in my pocket, feed me, hotel. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I don't smoke or drink or stuff like that, especially though like because there don't be enough money to be bringing people. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I'm there by myself. So I just stay on point. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Let's
yeah, for sure.
even though I got love in a lot of cities. I just stay on point. I refrain from the drinking and the smoking because you know what I'm saying. Sometimes I like to come like this. You know what I'm saying? And I got to be on point.
Absolutely.
You know,
You
for
always got
real,
to stay on your swivel. You know what I'm saying? And know what's going on
definitely.
around you for
And they
sure.
respect that. You can't just pass me a blunt, roll up, or
Oh hell,
you know what I'm saying. But I'm cool.
smart man. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna definitely get you. Work smarter, not harder. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
gonna get you further.
That part.
But so now let's pause the music for a second. So I know some of the history we have shared before because I've known you for a long time. So growing up in New York, you've been through the system. So I understand that you've been shot a couple times or a few times,
Oh
and you've
yeah.
been in prison, correct?
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. I'm blessed to be here. You know what I'm saying? I've been actually shot 9 times, stabbed twice, beat with bats. I remember one year arguing with my daughter, my kids' moms, and talking about I'm going to New York. The ball dropped. It's already 11 o'clock, so I'm speeding from here. I live somewhere in Pennsylvania. So yeah, I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? I got shot in the head early back in the days in my projects. Because I got arrested, and in my hood, all the bullies try to bully people around the way. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And when they go to get locked up and go to Rikers Island, them be the first one getting their face all cut up, teeth all knocked out. And you know me, when I was in the island, I came through styling. Like after I went through my little trial and tribulations, took my little L's, got my ass whipped a couple of times. But after that, what I'm saying, I established myself and started getting money and started doing how I was doing on the street, rocking jewels and rocking fly gear. So my so-called homeboys, jail is broke up into different sections, like C-74s, one house, 10
Uh-huh.
main, and all that type of stuff. So, I was over there with like basically mostly in the Puerto Rican house, you know what I'm saying? I had, made my bones over there. So I started, getting stuff in, like a chain, a watch, a ring, you know what I'm saying? And I'm hustling. So my homeboys, they over in another spot, but they see me on the yard, coming through shining and shit. They be like, yo, what's up? Yo, 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 yo. I'm like, yo, come over here, where we at? Like, I ain't going over there. I'm already established over here. I'm not going over there with a bunch of high heels with all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's a no-win situation. So, they was calling home talking about, yeah, B.I. up in here fronting, he running with the Puerto Ricans and yeah. So I went home, cats was waiting on me, you know what I'm saying? And my girl at the time, her name is Steph, shout out Steph, MC Stephanie. She was telling me like, yo, you can't come home wearing your jewelry and all that like that. I'm like, what you talking about? I'm rocking jewels on the island.
Right,
She's
right.
like, oh, it's different out here. That crack shit got these niggas, man. Like, they run around selling everything, clothes, coats, sneakers, robbing each other. I'm like, sir, are you for
Uh-huh.
real? But you know me, like Rikers Island is a scary place. So I'm up there doing my thing. So I'm like, damn, I know I could go home and do my thing. You know what I'm saying? But I wish I'd have took that advice because a couple of days after I'm home, I'm noticing, I'm like, I'm the only one walking around with a big ass chain on. What the hell going on?
Right, right, right.
And then, I got caught in my building, by some niggas that I helped carry his mama casket before I even went to prison. I
Mm.
mean, jail, Rikers Island jail. Before I went to jail, I was helped carry his mama. I was one of the pallbearers at his mother's funeral.
Right, right, right,
Stuck a
right.
gun in my face, like, yo, B.I., you think I ain't gonna bust you? Run that. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to talk my way out of it. And this nigga squeals the trigger. And he had a 25 automatic. I'll never forget it because the gun he busts off, the bully hit me in my head. It kind of like bounced off, but I could smell my eyelashes burning. That's how close he was to my face with the gun.
Mm-hmm.
That my eyelashes was burning and shit. So you know what I'm saying? I had just pushed by him, knocked the gun down, and got out the elevator. And I ran straight into the wall, because my eyes was closed.
Right.
Popped one of my eyes open, and then he caught me in the back, boom, in my shoulder. And I slid down the hall. He busting at me, close range, but he was missing. Got down the staircase. I could feel bullets winging by my head. And, I heard it clicking, but I was already in jet mode, you know what I'm saying? And by the grace of Allah, you know what I'm saying? I got out of that. Yeah, I caught the one in the head, but it kind of like bounced off. He was so close, it just like, choo. And yeah, man, I'm blessed, you know what I'm saying? So,
So you pretty much been through it, you living it, and then you enjoying recreating it through the music.
Yeah, but that's just the New York part. And then the Ohio part, you know what I'm
I
saying?
was just getting ready to ask you because then that bridge is coming
Yeah.
over this way, right?
Yeah, I came down here, you know what I'm saying? First thought, as soon as I got here, went right to jail, you know what I'm saying? Like we had two bricks stashed in the mall waiting for my arrival. And at the time, you know, my man Shakim was messing with this girl, and I guess, you know, she was jealous, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know what I'm saying, and called the police on my man Imperial, let them know that we was back around. And when they rushed us, my man Imperial still had the locker key in his pocket, and that's how they found the two birds. So I went right to jail from there, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm,
then when I managed to get out, I ain't have nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I had to make my way, you know, with the gun game, you know what I'm saying, to get back on. And long story short, you know, I got back on, and I'm really a good dude. I just did what I had to do. I basically paid everybody back that I robbed. You know what I'm saying? I really because once I got on, it was like my bad. You know what happened to me, and
mm-hmm.
I was blessing cats. So I kind of blew up, and then some New York cat. The story is I had a cat from New York. He had sent some work to Cleveland, and he sent two to Cleveland, and the dude from Cleveland only took one. The driver said he ain't taking the other one back. So, you know what I'm saying? He was like calling me, asking me, did I need it? I'm like, nah, I'm cool on that. You know what I'm saying? I just got bounced back from a big ass loss myself. So I ain't need it, but I told him I'll hold it for him. You can send somebody to come get it. So he sent somebody to come get it. And instead of them taking it and going elsewhere, that same girl that had called the police on us had told them, y'all ain't got to go nowhere. Y'all can move that down here. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, I passed it off and I got out of town because I was going on vacation because I had just bounced back from a loss. So I was gone for a couple of weeks. And while I was gone, they was running around here talking about, get down, lay down. If you ain't rocking with us, you can't move until we get done type of shit.
Damn.
And Lorraine Cass is running around talking about when BI get back and when BI he gonna do this and BI gonna do this. I don't even have no idea what's going on in the town. You know what I'm saying? This cell phones wasn't really popping like that back then. It was beepers.
Right, right,
You
right,
know what I'm
right, right.
saying? And shoot, I wasn't, I was out of town enjoying myself. So, when I come back, you know what I'm saying? Long story short, I see my man Tommy. He had a couple of things for me. I thought he ran off with it, but he ran off, but he didn't run off with the work. He ran off chasing his baby moms because his baby moms ran off with his kids.
Mm,
So I see him, and I got that work from him. So as I'm going to drop that work off, I'm in on Reeves Avenue, and then one of the New York cats um, pull, somebody from the hood have pulled me over, you know what I'm saying? And then like talking about, yeah, these cats want to holler at you, man. You know what I'm saying? They say you're people from New York. I'm like, whatever, I ain't really sociable, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't on that out of town and shit.
right.
But I ain't had no idea what was going on. So he like, yeah, what's going on? I'm such and such cousin from Cleveland. And I said, such and such don't got no cousin from Cleveland. What's up? He was trying to give me dap, but I wouldn't give him no dap. I was like, what's up? I just turned the music down by the grace of Allah. He like, oh no, I just wanted to holler at you, man. We can get this money down here, da 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 da. I said, no, I'm cool, my cat. I said, I'm cool. I'm kind of chilling right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do your thing, whatever y'all got going on. I didn't know.
Right,
And
right.
he said, hold on for a minute. And I was listening. I remember I was listening to Public Enemy. I had turned that shit down and put the car on park. And that's when I heard the click clack. And
Mm,
turn around, start blazing, try to shoot me in my face and all that. You know what I'm saying? But I got out of that. I had to play dead. I was on the horn.
oh, smart man.
Yeah, he emptied the gun, you know what I'm saying? The last one almost hit me in the back of my head. And I'm peeking at him he walking away. So now I'm infuriated. Like this motherfucker broad daylight blazed me down
Right,
and walking away. So when I came off the horn, my intentions, I'm gonna put this car on top of this nigga. You know what I'm saying? But my whole right side was paralyzed.
right, 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 right.
So
Wow.
I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I was messed up. So I had to throw this on the passenger side and then I remember I still got 10 zips under the seat. So I'm like, shit. So I pull off. Vroom, and yeah.
so
Long story short, make it through that. Da 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 da. You know how I go.
so you actually, man, listen. So really, pretty much is what you're telling me is there's no excuses out here. You know what I'm saying? For somebody like yourself to have been through hell and back 10 times over, you know what I'm saying, and still being successful. There's really no excuse. So my question is, man, what would you tell the young artists of today? What type of jewels would you drop on them, man, that could help them further their careers?
Don't stop. Believe in yourself. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Believed in that person in the mirror that he could do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta put all you gotta invest in yourself. You gotta push all your cards into the table and make it about you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ain't no plan B. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make this work. And you keep coming at them. The people around the way is the hardest people to please.
Uh-huh.
With this phone, you could reach the whole world. So that's my advice to them. Like utilize that phone. Keep coming. People who hog the mic and stay in the phone and stay rapping is usually the ones that make it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I watched, like Little D. Little D had a shot, you know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
he just didn't keep his foot on the gas. I mean, Little D was there, you know what I'm saying? He didn't keep his foot on the gas. I
Yep.
watched Owen Fresh. They had something going, man. You know what I'm saying? They
Hmm.
had something going, but they didn't keep their foot on the gas, you know what I'm saying? And a few others, you know what I'm saying, from the hood. One person right now, I got my eye on his Facts. Facts, he got his foot on the gas.
Yep.
He doing his thing and he believing in himself, and I think he's gonna get somewhere, you know what I'm saying? He got a little entertainment situation, he putting other artists on. I believe in Facts, you know what I'm saying? It's another cat named GP, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
GP, he got the gift too, but like if you don't really get no money out of it, you start losing interest because the bills don't stop. But GP got plugs where he could bring in artists and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And another guy I gotta mention that had the flow is Senecus. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
People forget about
Syndicus was
Senecus, man.
Syndicus was
Senecus
on
had
go.
it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But
for sure.
you know, it's easy to get blinded by the streets. If you getting street money, like that happened to me back in the days because my brother's just ice, you know what I'm saying? So but I'm the one with the jewelry and the cars and shit, you know what I'm saying? And he
Hmm.
the one with the name, you know what I'm saying? He the one in the videos on TV, but when it's showtime, I'm the one that's standing over there with Slick Rick and all the big chain niggas because I got the big chain, you know what I'm saying?
Right, 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 right.
So I was blinded by what was what I was dealing with in the streets instead of capitalizing on the assets of my rhyme skills, and spinning it back to right now, like, it's a few people in the town that, that got talent, you know what I'm saying? One thing, I got my eye on Ching Ling Mula. She
Big
got that,
Cook.
she got that greediness. She got that keep coming, keep coming, keep coming.
Uh-huh.
And that's the shit that push you over the edge, you know what I'm saying? You can't worry about what this one did, just keep coming. You building up your catalog and staying in their face, sooner or later you're gonna get one that's gonna cross over, and bing bong, you're gonna take off from there. So my advice is keep your foot on the gas. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. You know, definitely.
He couldn't have said that no better, man. Because I tell you what, one thing that I thank God of is that I learned this game a long time ago. So when I had to lay it down for that little spin, I had to lay it down for the business was still taking care of me. My
Mm-hmm.
music was still being pushed. I was still
Mm-hmm.
collecting checks.
Shout
And
out
I come
Cypher
back home.
Studios.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Cypher Studios, Jay
Definitely,
Glenn.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Shout
For
out to all
real.
my people, man, because they kept me going, big going. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, man, just make sure you take care of your business though. Your business will take care of you.
Exactly.
That's it. You know what
But
I mean?
the thing about it, Swin, I look at you as the big pun of Lorraine, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you always you got magnetic. You always made your presence felt. You know what I'm saying? So
Salute. I
you
appreciate
can't
that.
let that little jail time slow you down, man. You gotta get right back on your grind and keep pushing it out there because you had a good movement before you went in. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And you gotta pick that. The summertime coming, man. You gotta hit them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man,
Because
listen.
you got a fan base for real, and both equal love, baby. You know how that go, man. It's more unity over there than over here. You know what I'm saying? I promise you. You know what I'm saying? I travel. I
you
see
know,
how, what I'm saying, even in the joint, you know what I'm saying, when Both Equal come through and, what I'm saying, the Puerto Ricans, they stick together, man. So, your fan base, don't be afraid, get bilingual on that shit because they're going to help and they're going to push, baby. For
you
real,
know,
man.
the crazy part about it is, you know what I'm saying, for everybody watching, I'm actually black and white, but
Mm.
the Latinos have embraced me since day one.
Man, I
When I
thought you
got
was
to
Latino.
prison, same way, Latinos embraced me. When they realized that I was a nigga, though, they still fuck with me heavy. A
Yeah.
little different, but they still fuck with me heavy, though, because,
Oh,
like he was saying, and that's why I completely agree with that whole magnetic it
mm-hmm.
factor situation, man, because in one way or another, you got to make your presence felt. You got to
Well,
make sure you control a room, whether you're speaking or not.
that
You know what
part.
I'm saying? You got to make sure that you're supplying and demanding all and every piece of respect and everything that you're supposed to get. And my grind hasn't stopped. When I came home, man, I probably came home with just as much, if not more, emotion than everybody that was still out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Really, and I put this out there for everybody. The only thing holds me back is a PO situation that's being worked on. You know what I'm saying? So once we get that out the way, man, it's back with
But
the running
let
shoes
me
on.
just
You
say
know what
this
I'm
to you,
saying?
Swin.
Yes,
Man, yeah,
sir.
the PO can't stop you from coming in
No, no,
here
no,
and
no, for
loading your
sure, for
clip
sure.
and keeping pushing that music out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You just
absolutely.
keep doing that, and then once one crossover, even the PO gonna have to recognize and like, yo, I can't hold them back. I gotta let them travel and do this shit
That's it.
because I see it. I believe in it. You know what I'm saying?
I believe it. I believe the
That
same
part.
way. You know,
That
like saying
part.
the federal government will have to respect the movement. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And that's how
definitely,
I
man.
feel.
You know, I've been
You know
through
what I'm
that shit
saying?
too, man. You
I
know
know.
that's a hard grind. You know what I'm saying? But I'm blessed to be here. 60 years old, alive and on the streets.
Where can they find you at, Lord
Man,
Grandz?
you know what I'm saying?
What
We're gonna get into
platforms?
that in part two, man. This just part one, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come up out of this Kanye look, you know what I'm saying, and dap my
That's a
head off and
pause.
switch up on them and come with some more information. I definitely got an ill ass rhyme for y'all. I have prepared. It's just that I was rushing so much to get out the crib that man, I locked myself out and everything, but I don't care, you know what I'm saying?
I
My,
want to salute to everybody that's tuning in
man,
because I can
salute
see
to
y'all, man. And
everybody who's
like I
tuning
said,
in,
give us
man.
about 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? We'll be right back live on both platforms.
You better say it.
Myself, Lord Grandz, we in the basement here at Cypha Studios, man, and it's going all the way up. Give us just a couple minutes. We'll be right back.
Cypher. Yeah, we still live on the tube.
Yeah, we gotta get the two. You know what I'm saying? Shout
Mm,
out to
the
everybody
tube.
viewing us on YouTube.
So we up in here live, we
Man,
popping, so
man.
we feel
Bing
like we
bong.
giving us a big,
Give us 2 minutes. We'll be right
yeah.
back.